Hello, this is Deborah from Visual Arts Debz Style. Earlier I put some air dry clay into some half egg shape moulds just as an experiment to see how they would go. I've filled up the whole tray this morning and I've got a bit of clay left over. So I was going to try and make something, maybe a decoration for on top of the eggs. If that doesn't work, I will use it in another artwork. So all I'm going to do is take a tiny little pinch, make it into a round bit and put it down. It's not really round. Then I'm taking another little bit. So what I've got is a tiny little pip, and I've made this round, and then I'm going to squish it flat, and then I'm going to join it around the little pip. Can't see good with my fingers already full of the air dry clay drying. Then I'm getting another bit, so I'm squishing it flat, and then I'm joining it around the outside, overlapping the petal that I've done before. So I'm making a rose, so I'm pinching another bit, a little bit bigger, making it flat, so you can see it's flat, and I'm using it on the outside of the last petal and curling it around, and I'm holding it together with my fingers. So I'm getting another bit, and I'm just repeating doing the same until I want to finish the rose. So I'm basically doing the size, and I'm just increasing the amount of air dry clay each time I use to make a larger petal. So again, you can see the rose has started to develop. So make a bowl, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like that, flatten it. So, and that part is going to go over the top of the last petal and curl it around. I might get another one about that same size, because I don't really want the flowers to be too big. Once I start, I keep building them and I make them quite big. And to go on the eggs, they're not going to be that big. So I might stop there so you can see the rose developed, and I'm going to turn it upside down. It's a pretty pattern underneath as well, but I'm going to start blending the clay together so it holds. So this is air dry clay, it's white. So that's going to be where it's going to sit on the bottom, and I'm just going to give it a little rub on the bottom to get straight. Now the rose petals, because I'm handling it, it's getting scrunched. They did go in a little bit tighter, so what I'm going to do is get a toothpick and just open up those rose petals a little bit more. Because I wanted the rose to be a bit more open, just like that. And I'm not doing a big build-up of lots of roses because it's hopefully going to go on these eggs. I'm going to try to incorporate a little rose on there to see what that's like. Now I've got some clay left over from the moulds. So I'm going to grab some more, and I'm thinking about making a couple of little leaves. So I'm rolling the bowl, and then I'm scrunching it flat, and then I'm going to pinch the two ends and flatten it out a bit more and pinch the two ends. Some of my clay from my fingers that were dry are sticking to it, but that won't matter. So now I'm going to put it down because I'm going to be a bit fiddly with this. I'm just going to go dash, dash, dash around the edge of it, because a rose leaf is a bit jagged on the edges. So I'm just dashing around, and then I'm going to put a line down the middle for my leaf. There's the leaf center. And some of this may not even show up in detail, because it's very hard when you fiddle around to keep the detail. So I'm just putting a few little extra bits coming off that center. So I'm going to try and put this on my rose. Now I'm going to squish it in a little bit and try not to squish the rose petals. So I'm going to go around to the bottom here, and I'm going to try and blend that in just finely with the toothpick and blend it in that it sticks together. Yeah, dry clay, and going around up the side bit where the leaf was and just putting it lightly together. So I'll smooth this over later, but for now there's my rose, and I do have to open up the rose bit again. So the leaves, all I do is I just push the toothpick out with the leaf, open that part that I wanted to, and the leaf here I'm going to put the toothpick at the back, the kebab stick, at the back of it, and I'm just going to press down on it so it's curled. So there's my leaf that's getting curled over, and I'm just going to pinch this more for a pointy, and because I've been handling it, all my little detail and lines are not showing as much. So I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to make another leaf and let it dry, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching.